the book of John, chapter 6, verses 16 to 27. When evening came, his disciples went down to the sea, got into a boat, and started across the sea to Capernaum. It was now dark, and Jesus had not yet come to them. The sea rose because a strong wind was blowing. When they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the sea and drawing near to the boat. They were frightened, but he said to them, "It is I, do not be afraid." Then they were glad to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going. On the next day, the people who remained on the other side of the sea saw that there had been only one boat there, and that Jesus had not entered the boat with his disciples, but that his disciples had gone away alone. However, boats from Tiberias came near the place where they ate the bread after the Lord had given thanks. So when the people saw that Jesus was not there, nor his disciples, they themselves got into the boats and went to Capernaum seeking Jesus. When they found him on the other side of the sea, they said to him, "Rabbi, when did you come here?" Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you seek me not because you saw signs, but because you ate your fill of the loaves. Do not labor for the food which perishes, but for the food which endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give to you. For on him has God the Father set his seal." The word of the Lord.
Could you imagine you're out in the middle of the lake in a fisherman's boat. You're with some of your fisherman buddies, and there's like a storm. The waves are rough, the sky is dark, you can't see much. It's a scary environment. And all of a sudden, you see somebody approaching the boat, but not in another boat. Somebody's walking on the water. As you can imagine, the disciples were afraid and maybe thought that this was a ghost. But as Jesus grew closer, they invited him into the boat, relieved that it was him. And he assured them, "Do not be afraid." The next day, the crowds that they had been teaching the previous day were looking for Jesus, and they finally found him on the other side of the lake. Once the crowd realized that neither Jesus nor the disciples were where they thought they would be, they all got into the boats looking for him. You know, they were hungry. But were they hungry for food that Jesus was providing, or were they hungry for spiritual growth? When they found Jesus, they said, "Rabbi, when did you get here?" And Jesus tells them, just be reminded that not to be looking for the signs that I performed and the miracles and for the food that I'm giving you, but to be looking for that spiritual feeding that I'm giving you. And that's something that we have to look. Why do we go to church? Are we going to church only to see other people, for the snacks, only for the music? Or are we going to be fed by God? Are we going to receive the word because we want to grow spiritually? We want to connect with community in a gathering that we're praising God together. So we always have to be aware of our motives. And Jesus here is challenging the people to look at their motives for wanting to be with him. Is it because I'm providing entertainment and performing miracles? Is that entertainment for some people? Or is it because I'm feeding you and you're getting free food? Or is it because I'm feeding you spiritually? I'm teaching you about the Father. So that's just something to think about, our motives as to our spiritual growth. God bless you.